just getting right to it, one of the things I enjoy most about your show is this stepfather, stepdaughter mentor thing you guys have going on. And I was hoping that the both of you could talk about that dynamic because, Luke, you don't just tell her what to do and guide her, you can also send her to her room.
Yeah, but that's one of the funny things about it, and that Brec and I had so much fun doing it, because to me there's like a power shift where she's kind of the boss. And I mean, that was just something I feel like we kind of discovered working together. And Brec's, so funny comedically that she perfectly played it, kind of getting frustrated with Pat and saying like, no, you need to do this. And I just found that really funny to where, the show starts where I'm kind of her stepfather and I'm just trying to kind of make sure that she's happy and that I'm doing a good job being her stepfather. And then when she discovers the staff, like everything shifts. And then it kind of moves back to where we're kind of equals, but it is always kind of a tenuous relationship.
I feel like the reversal of traditional roles allowed for so much like humor. And throughout the season, we started improvising and we got to play a little bit more on it. But also just like the characters in general are so different. Like Pat is such a overthinker, rule follower, and Courtney is so just naive and impulsive. So like that I feel like added on to that humor. So it was really fun to mess around with.
Very cool. So Luke, I kind of had an idea of what kind of show I was getting into like 5 minutes into episode 1 in that phenomenal scene between you and Joel McHale, where it turns out he's a total a-hole. And there is something inherently funny about being a grown-up, middle-aged psychic. And I wanted you to talk to me about leaning into the humor of that situation.
Yeah, I mean, I found it really funny too. And I'd always think about this thing here in the United States and like high school sports. There's a thing called the equipment manager where he helps the team, like he carries the equipment or he gives the quarterback water. You'd think, oh, somebody might be embarrassed to just be the equipment manager, but I always thought it was a really kind of cool idea. And so that's always kind of what I kept in mind for myself, playing this grown-up who's a sidekick. And then I really enjoyed the humor of me then becoming the sidekick to a teenager. Like I'm 48 and here I am the sidekick for, a 15-year-old.
I was going to ask you about the tone of the show and what is it like on set? And is that a guiding principle from Jeff?
Yeah, to me, they're, just in terms of like the feeling and the vibe on the set is great. And I just always find on any project that really does come from the top, and the person that's our, boss and the creator of the show is Jeff Johns. And he's just such a good guy, knowing the show's dedicated to his sister who died tragically. There's that feeling too, where, you want to honor her. And also Brec is, a really important part of that, because as the star of the show, no attitude, no BS, just a hardworking, great person.
Thank you, Luke. I think that the tone of the show, that happiness, yes, it was intentional. Like the writing, there's the humor there, 100%. Courtney's gung-ho, but also like we were all having so much fun. I feel like it kind of just came through on the screen, if I may be so bold to say that. But also like we took a lot of tone from like 80s films. We wanted that nostalgia and the family and the almost like Breakfast Club, group of friend misfit, which I feel like a lot of people love, this like nostalgia and escapism that brings. So I feel like that just added on to what you were saying.
But you're right, because I think what it does as well is it undercuts the emotional moments come at you harder. Like at the end of the second episode with the bus thing, I called my colleague and I was like, holy crap, they killed a kid. Like it just,
if there's like hope, and it makes the downfall hurt that much more.
And also, it makes the scenes that are humorous, you feel like relief when you get to laugh. Like I felt the same thing, like, wow, this is pretty serious. And I was watching it with my nephews and I could feel them kind of get scared watching it. And, but yeah, I think it really kind of moves in between all these genres in a way that I really find interesting.
And rare, very rare.
Yeah.
for Brec, just to follow up to what Luke was saying, actually, about Jeff and him creating Stargirl as a kind of tribute to his late sister. And I was wondering if, knowing that and having him so closely involved with the show as a showrunner, whether that actually changed your approach in any way to the character.
Yeah. Most of my roles, I go into it and I'm thinking selfishly, like, what do I want this role to portray? But with this role specifically, there was so much more to it. There was this backstory, this inspiration that I also had to remember. And also I felt like there was this sensitivity, because it is such a personal subject to Jeff. So I always wanted to like remain sensitive to him and just his feelings. But that being said, any pressure I felt like, you've heard Luke talk about Jeff, like he's clearly one of the best people ever. And he kind of diluted any pressure I would feel just by being so validating and being so open to have those conversations, where it kind of took any nervousness I had, it just took away. And I'm so honored that he trusted me to do this role. It means a lot, and it's just an honor.
Yeah, it always kind of, would make me, I found it very moving. And then I would think, gosh, but it's so great. Here's this guy who had this terrible thing happen, but through his creativity and his thoughtfulness, he's created this great character. And now all these people are working towards making this show something that, people in Malaysia can see, not just the US, but all over. What a tribute